Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping into this amazing dialogue from an ancient Buddhist text, and it asks a question that's just as real today as it was way back then. What's the real deal with deep, profound trust? Is it just blind faith, or is it something you can actually think your way into?
All right, so the whole thing kicks off with this, wow, this really bold statement from Śāriputra. Now, he was one of the Buddha's sharpest disciples, and he's not just saying, hey, I believe you. Oh, no. He's making a way, way bigger claim than that.
See, what he's really saying is that his faith is so solid because he believes no one, no sage, no teacher, not in the past, not now, not ever in the future, could ever possibly be wiser than the Buddha. I mean, talk about a profound statement. And that right there, that's what sets the stage for this incredible conversation.
So you'd think the Buddha would just say, hey, thanks, and accept the praise, right? But nope. He does something pretty amazing. He actually turns it around and challenges Śāriputra, his top student, asking him to really break down the logic behind a claim that huge.
And this is a really key moment in the whole dialogue. The Buddha is basically asking, okay, Śāriputra, how can you be so sure? Is this faith you have based on real, solid knowledge, or is it just a strong feeling? He's really pushing for a kind of faith that's built on looking into things, not just on pure devotion.
And Śāriputra's response? It's just brilliant. He says, look, of course not. I don't have some kind of superpower where I can read the minds of every single enlightened being that's ever existed. But then he makes this incredible pivot. He says his certainty doesn't come from knowing every single person, but from understanding the universal law, the Dharma that the Buddha taught. It's kind of like you don't need to watch every apple fall from every tree to know that gravity is a thing, right? You just understand the principle.
Okay. So this is where Śāriputra really starts to lay out his argument. He's going to build his case piece by piece. He shifts from that big general idea, I know the Dharma, to a super specific, detailed list of the Buddha's qualities that, for him, prove the point. He's about to show his work.
So he basically organizes his whole argument around these four main pillars. It's this really systematic breakdown that shows his faith isn't just a feeling. It's methodical. It's based on what he's seen of the Buddha's complete mastery over his mind, his words, his actions, and the very rules of enlightenment. So let's dig into each one.
All right, first up, he points to the Buddha's just complete understanding of reality. And in this text, they define reality by these 12 sense bases. It sounds complex, but it's pretty straightforward. It's our six senses, seeing, hearing, and so on, plus the six kinds of things they perceive, like colors, sounds, ideas. Put them all together, and that's basically the entire map of human experience. And Śāriputra's point is that nobody else has ever been able to understand and explain this whole system with such perfect clarity. To him, that's proof of an unmatched wisdom.
Okay, next, Śāriputra argues that the Buddha doesn't just have a supreme grasp of reality, but of people. As you can see here, he lists out these 7 different types of spiritual practitioners. You've got the faith follower, who's just starting their journey, all the way up to the both ways liberated, who's totally enlightened. And Śāriputra's evidence here is the Buddha's incredible ability to see exactly where someone was on their path and give them the precise teaching they needed to grow. It's like a master doctor who doesn't just know about disease in general, but knows the perfect prescription for every single patient they see.
So, it's not just about pure knowledge. Śāriputra also points to the Buddha's flawless conduct, and his speech is a perfect example. We're talking about words that are never just idle chatter or gossip. Everything he said had a purpose. It was always true, it was always helpful, and it was always delivered at exactly the right time.
He also brings up the Buddha's incredible meditative insight. Now, this slide shows a kind of step-by-step process of looking at the body, and it's not meant to be morbid or anything like that. The whole point is to see it with total clarity, as a collection of parts, something that's always changing. Śāriputra's argument is that the ability to see this reality so clearly, not just for a second but across all of time, is a deep wisdom that frees the mind from getting too attached. It's just another quality that he sees as absolutely supreme.
All right, so Śāriputra's evidence then takes a bit of a turn. He starts moving into the realm of knowledge and abilities that are, well, truly extraordinary. The kind of thing that, in his mind, puts the Buddha in a category all by himself.
Now this is really interesting because he makes a direct comparison. Śāriputra just lays it all out. He says, look, other really advanced sages might have some incredible abilities, like seeing into the past or the future for these vast stretches of time. They call them eons. But there's always a limit. Their knowledge has a boundary. The Buddha's knowledge, he argues, is totally boundless. It covers all of the past, all the present, and all of the future. No limits.
And then he lists off these incredible sounding powers. And the really crucial thing to get here is that these aren't being presented as magic tricks to wow a crowd. In this context, they're seen as the natural result of a mind that has completely, and I mean completely, mastered the fundamental laws of how reality works.
So after that really long, super detailed, and pretty impressive list of evidence, you might be thinking, okay, so the point is just to be amazed, right? But the conversation takes another really fascinating turn here, and it reveals the real purpose behind this whole explanation. And this moment right here illustrates the point perfectly. Another attendant, who's just totally blown away by all this, basically says, "This is amazing. We need to build monuments. We need to tell the whole world how great you are." But the Buddha gently shuts that down, making it crystal clear that personal fame and being worshipped, that is not the goal at all. So here it is, the real punchline. The Buddha turns to Śāriputra and says, essentially, don't praise me, praise the Dharma. Take this reasoned, logical understanding you've just laid out and share it far and wide. You see, the whole point of building this kind of credible, evidence-based faith isn't to glorify one person. It's to give other people a really good reason to listen to a teaching that could actually help them.
And that brings this whole ancient conversation right into our lives today, doesn't it? It leaves us with this really powerful question to think about for ourselves. When we put our deepest trust in anything, a leader, an idea, a system, what is that trust really built on? Is it just a feeling? Or is it based on evidence? What are the qualities that truly make up the foundation of your deepest convictions?